Okay, for today's lesson, what we're going to look at is a concept, a way to practice different paradiddle stickings over Ted Reed's syncopation book. This is one of my favorite exercises slash concepts. I'm doing it for quite a while. And basically, it's like this. You got to kind of know the rules. And the rules of this are, when you see a quarter note, you'll play a full paradiddle, right? Because if you think about it, if you've got to, let's say that represents a quarter note, a paradiddle is really a combination of 4/16ths, right? Okay, so really in this exercise, what you're doing is you're just playing 16th notes, but you're playing them as different stickings depending on what the rhythmic phrase is within the measure. So if you're on page 42 in Ted Reed's syncopation book, the measure is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's the rhythm, all right? And it is an eighth note followed by a quarter note, followed by an eighth note, followed by a quarter note, followed by 2 eighth notes, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So here's the rules. If you see a quarter note, you're going to play a full paradiddle, okay? If you see an eighth note, you're going to play a para, all right? So a right-left or a left-right, depending on what the sticking is. If you see an eighth note rest, you'll play the diddle, so you'll play a double. If you see a quarter note rest, you'll play a diddle-diddle, so you're doubling through that quarter note rest. If you see a dotted quarter note, it would be a paradiddle-diddle, okay? I know I'm kind of going fast with this, but I think you'll understand it once we start. Okay, so the first measure, again, rhythmically is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so let me loop it. Here it is. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so if you take those rules and you apply them, the sticking would be like this. Hard to do it out of breath. Okay, again, 3, 4. Remember that. That's the pattern. Okay? A little quicker. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can keep the hi-hat going if you want for reference or not. It's a good independence, little independence thing to keep that going on the quarter note. Also, you can play on the upbeat or you're playing with the sticking. So once you become comfortable with the rules and those stickings, you can start moving them around the kit a little bit. So instead of just keeping both hands on the snare drum, for that particular measure, we could move the right hand falls on the floor tom, left hand falls on the rack tom. So it'd be like this. Get the idea, okay? So it's good warm-up. When you become comfortable with moving to different sound surfaces, you can incorporate your kick drum and move between a ride and a crash or a ride and a hi-hat, so something like this. What I'm doing is when I hit those notes, the kick is accentuating with the cymbal. So the pattern is That's how you can incorporate the kick drum into this. The other thing to do, if you just want to play between the ride cymbal and the snare drum, so it's a good way to work on your left hand. Kind of interesting. Out, but you could also, I guess, go over the top. Yeah, so if you wanted to maybe keep a 4 on the floor. 2, 3, 4. Do it, okay? But the idea is that really you just got to understand the rules. So let's look at one more rhythmic example. So the next measure is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4. Quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, eighth note, quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, eighth note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so knowing and there is an eighth note rest on the end of the 3. That's why they, I'm sorry, not the end of the 3, on the 3. So it's quarter note, eighth note rest, quarter note, eighth note. Okay, so it's quarter note, eighth note rest, quarter note, eighth note. So taking the rules and applying them to that sticking would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Paradiddle, paradiddle, diddle, paradiddle. Cool one. Okay, so apply that to the toms. Okay, it flows a little easier than the last example because there's not as many notes. Okay, all right. So again, it's paradiddle. If you were going to use the kick drum, use the cymbals, it would be. When you do that, it's a good idea to do the hi-hat in different subdivisions. So instead of playing quarter notes, the others. Take a second. Well, anyway, it's a good challenge to be able to go from quarter notes to eighth notes without stopping on the hat, but these type of things are limitless, right? In terms of what you can do. And so basically, remember the sticking, okay, remember the rules. I know, like I said, I went kind of quick with this. If you go to my website, Learndrumslive.com, you can download a PDF supplement. I think it's like $1.99. You know, pay with PayPal, and that's a couple-page explanation about this concept. But I can tell you, I think it's a great concept, and I've been using it for many, many years. You know, work on it for a while and then stop. You know how it goes. But probably 20 years now, I've kind of known about this concept, and most of my students really enjoy it. Okay, so remember, start on the snare with the sticking. So if we look at the second measure, snare. Okay, get used to sticking. Then move to the toms. Okay, then move to the and then if you want to just do, whatever you want to do on the kick, but just between, And it's a good way to work out, like I said, work out the ghosting with your left hand. It'd be interesting to isolate that left hand too. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's it. Kind of a cool pattern. But anyway, okay, so enjoy this. I really think you'll get some use out of it. And again, if you want a further explanation or went by kind of quick or you're not exactly sure, go to Learndrumslive.com. You can download the PDF. Like I said, I think it's $1.99, and you can pay through PayPal. All right, until next time, thanks for watching.